Hi, I'm Elisabeth Wells, Manager of Research and Knowledge Mobilization at Our Kids Network in Halton Region. Our Kids Network is situated on the traditional territory of the Anishinaabe, the Haudenosaunee, and the Huron-Wendat, now home to many First Nations, Inuit, and Métis people. We acknowledge the current treaty holders, the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation. We also recognize the lasting presence and deep traditional knowledge and viewpoints of the Indigenous people with whom we share this land. Our Kids Network is a Halton-wide partnership of agencies and organizations serving children and youth. We have over 80 unique participating agencies and organizations in the network, including large regional government partners such as Children's Services and Public Health, to developmental services, our school boards, mental health agencies, and many more, including, for example, libraries, YMCAs, and multicultural and newcomer groups. As a collective impact network, we help build the capacity of community organizations. And one of the ways that we do that is with research and knowledge translation. This survey was an amazing opportunity that aligned very well with our work and our role in our community. Our community has been facing a gap in quality, comprehensive local data about child and youth well-being. The survey provided the opportunity for us to collect and share new quality local data and evidence to support the delivery of programs, services, policies, and initiatives that are really critical to the well-being of children, youth, and families in Halton. This was especially vital during COVID. At its core, this project was really about learning more about how youth are doing and how decision makers can support young people across all of our communities in Halton. Our main goal was to ensure diverse representation from across all of those different neighborhoods. We wanted to make this a survey that truly was by the community, for the community. We branded the survey the Halton Youth Impact Survey, and we focused on two key methods of outreach: peer-to-peer engagement and broad outreach to our many, many diverse community partners. Our presentation today focuses on our data collection strategy. And now I would like to introduce my colleague, Lily Viggiano, who is the Our Kids Network project coordinator and who was the lead for our peer-to-peer engagement strategy. Lily?
Thanks, Liz. So a key strength in our approach to data collection was the peer-to-peer engagement strategy. This gave leadership opportunities to youth through the creation of the Youth Impact Ambassador team. These ambassadors were ages 9 to 21, and they represented all 4 communities in our region. And amongst them was a wide breadth and depth of leadership experience within their personal communities, school structures, and with our community partners. These trusted voices created a platform for youth voice and for meaningful youth engagement. By dividing into 3 core teams, in addition to promoting within their unique networks and volunteering to participate in additional events and opportunities as they arose throughout the campaign. A key focus of our strategy was knowledge translation, from understanding which community partners would use this data and why, to understanding the terms youth well-being in the survey, from knowing how to access the survey from our website, to highlighting how the Halton Youth Impact Survey would help build a nationwide tool on youth well-being. The deeper young people understood the project as ambassadors and respondents, the wider our reach became. Our breakout highlights included the research team, which provided weekly updates on survey respondents so that the communications and social media teams could adjust their strategy to reach those not reflected in the data yet. Our breakout room highlights included research. This team provided weekly updates on survey respondent data so that the communications and social media teams could adjust their strategy. A special focus on our rural community of Halton Hills led to 16% of our respondents being from that area, despite only making up 11% of that youth population. The communications team developed email templates, conducted interviews with local newspaper and TV outlets, with a special focus on featuring our Indigenous, racialized, and disabled youth. Representation in media and promotion is critical in reaching diverse audiences. Our social media team developed video clips on the 7 indicators of well-being to drive understanding on the data being collected and to overcome the challenges of COVID-19. They created engaging stories on Instagram, tagged and shared with their community, and created simple how to do the survey content. Finally, Finally, our community input events. These added opportunities created space for young people who needed support to complete the survey or maybe had some questions on the terms and the purpose. Accessibility to completing the survey was top of mind, particularly with our 9 to 12-year-old cohorts. Now we'll spend a few minutes learning from 4 Youth Impact Ambassadors. Judy and Mahika will delve into the role of Youth Impact Ambassadors, while Shrina and Leah will discuss the community input event they hosted at the Milton Public Library, where 95 youth participated.
So, hi, my name is Judy, and I am a Youth Impact Ambassador.
Hi, my name is Mahika, and I'm also a Youth Impact Ambassador along with Judy.
For me, I found that this experience was incredible because I was able to meet a lot of incredible people and discuss things that were kind of not discussed before, like not discussed enough, in my opinion, stuff like about mental health, about well-being, about taking care of yourself, and the importance of that.
Yeah, adding on to that, it was really meaningful for me because I got the opportunity to take on a lot of leadership roles. And just knowing that I'm taking a leadership role for a survey that makes a positive impact on how decisions are made for youth in Halton.
And so because we were not able to meet in person, obviously, we had to do everything on Zoom. And we had to do, we broke our group into 3. We had breakout rooms. That's where we discussed our plans. We also had group chats on Instagram, for example.
Yeah, additionally, because we could not meet in person, as Judy said, we already knew our outreach would have had to be exceptional. And it honestly was, because we had an entire social media team dedicated to just posting stories, engaging posts and everything. And because we came from such diverse places, we all had our own personal network. So we could all reach many different people in many different areas. And one thing we really did was we made a big list of places and teams that we knew could connect.
And since we were located in a bunch of different places, us Youth Impact Ambassadors, we were diverse in age and location, and we had ambassadors from HMC Connections, which is a multicultural organization. We had Indigenous youth and people with many different identities. We were able to reach multiple people because we were stationed in different places and because we were diverse as well.
So along with that, we also had an entire research team that its sole purpose was to keep us sedate about the age and location of our survey respondents. And one exceptional example of this would be that our research team actually informed us that Halton Hills, which is a region, was falling behind on participating in the survey. And ultimately, an area that is 11% of our region's youth completed 16% of our surveys. So that just shows what a big impact our research team had in just the survey.
And yeah, that's it. Thank you for listening.
I'm Leah Minkovich. I was a Halton Youth Impact Survey Ambassador last spring, and I'm a grade 11 student at Craig Kilberger High School.
Hi, I'm Shrina Sribalan, a grade 10 student at Craig Kilberger High School, and I was also a Youth Impact Survey Ambassador and also worked on planning the survey party at the Milton Public Library.
So one of the reasons this event was so meaningful to me was because it was great to see how many kids showed up and cared about sharing their voice. They were really engaged throughout the entire process and asking questions, and it was great to see that kind of youth involvement.
It was also so amazing to experience and watch the 95 surveyees interact with one another, discussing such essential topics of youth health and well-being.
I think that an opportunity like a survey party encourages youth to give more input on youth well-being because it makes youth feel less alone when sharing their voices and speaking up. Many times youth don't want to feel like they're the only person speaking up, so this event allowed them to be supported by their peers.
The survey party also allowed youth a platform to not only share their opinion on topics that directly affect the well-being lifestyle, but it also allows for them to get to know the youth of their community, make connections, and understand others' living situations.
So an event like this increases accessibility to create dialogue about youth well-being. Because it was a virtual event in the COVID pandemic, it allowed everyone, no matter where their location was, to tune into the event and just made it really more accessible at a time where not a lot of interaction was being made between youth. That one of the things that made this event so successful was the marketing to the event. There were advertisements for this on multiple social medias, which really helped bring more youth to the event. And also the incentive of volunteer hours at a time where volunteer hours were very hard to get because of the COVID pandemic. That was a great reason for youth to come and join the survey.
Even more so, the accessibility of the event really allowed for it to be simple, and hosting it at a hub such as the Milton Public Library really helped the event.
Thank you very much. We're just exploring the data now, and we look forward to sharing the results through multiple different learning events like webinars and workshops, through the reports, through our Kids Network data portal. So not only will we share the results with the community, but we will provide tools and different resources to help people and youth use the information to support positive youth development in Halton. And one of the key ways that we're going to start is with our upcoming youth data party. So we're really excited about that. Please connect with Lily or myself if you would like more information. We look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.